What's up, everybody? I am live. I am streaming on Facebook and YouTube at Brawling Babes with Brittany. So make sure you're liking, subscribed, following all the things to those pages. And while we wait for my next guest, I want to give a huge thank you and shout out to a whole bunch of people real quick. First, I'd like to thank all of my guests from yesterday. Last night, I had Jeremy Pitbull Smith join me and Rebecca Lerner, both incredible athletes looking to do big things with their careers. Today, I've talked to the owners of Hastings Kickboxing Academy. That's Carl Denny and Jenny Fry. They're doing incredible things with the Kickboxing Academy, with the community, with the youth programs, everywhere and around them. That's where you want to be. I promise. Anyways, then after that, I talked to Katie Perez. She has fought several MMA bouts, but is a contracted fighter for Combate Global, and she had a fight in August and has made a fight announcement on the show. She's fighting in October for them again down in Miami. So make sure you're liking and following her and keeping up with her journey. I'd also like to thank my team, because without them, this dream wouldn't even be a thing. So Dave Trujillo and the All Angles Boxing and Combat Sports channel, Den City Plumbing and Construction. If you're in the Denver metro area and you need any help with plumbing or a home remodel job, they've been in the industry for like 12 years. They know what they're doing. They're trustworthy, they're reliable, and they're bilingual. Give them a call at 970-467-5258. Also, HKA USA, they have all the right gear to dominate your lifestyle. I'm talking headgear, gloves, mitts, shin pads, anything you need. If you need your fight night outfit designed, let Nick help you. Shop the website www.hkausa.com. And last but not least, Just Blazed Clothing Co. You can find these Brawling Babes with Brittany t-shirts and all of the Just Blazed clothing merchandise. They have hats, hoodies, rolling trays, ashtrays, t-shirts, everything under the sun that you need to keep your mind just right and to stay just blazed. So shop their website. Again, that's www.justblazedclothing.com. And then my longtime friend and family, really, Sean Young. He is he's not a sponsor for a business, but he did give a cash donation to help fund all of this: cameras, lighting, computers, equipment, all of it, the software for the streaming. I thank you all. Without all of you guys, I couldn't be doing this and doing what I love. So without further ado, I have an incredible guest with me next. She is the Iron Butterfly. She is beautiful. She is smart. She is there herself. Welcome, Laurynn Garcia. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. I got you in loud and clear too. How are you today? How's your day going so far?
It's great. It's hot here today. But it's good. It's good.
You're in California, right?
I am in California, and we're having some strange heat wave right now, which I am not enjoying, but you know.
Oh, yeah. Girl, I know. Tell me about it. It was cold here a couple days ago, cold and rainy, and then all of a sudden, here we are in the 90s again. I'm over in Denver. And so, yeah.
Okay.
Your heat wave is coming my way here in another day. So I feel you for sure. So you have some really exciting news coming. Well, not news. It's been dropped and out there, but holy shit, dude, you're fighting for a fucking title.
I know.
Tell me about it. What was the road like leading up to this?
Gosh, it's been quite a journey. I mean, I've been doing MMA. Oh gosh, I want to say only 2 years, just because I took a very long layoff when I got pregnant and had my daughter. Because my first fight was actually back in 2017, and I didn't fight again until last year in 2021. Yeah. So it's been quite a Oh yeah, very big break. It's been a good journey though. I did have another opportunity fight for a title for 145 pounds back in June. Unfortunately, it didn't go my way, and there was a whole bunch of other things going on. But this one I'm really excited about because this is my weight division. I'm used to this. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited about this one, especially for the organization I'm fighting under. I love fighting for Epic Fighting. So shout out to them. Great
Yeah,
guys
you
over
had
there.
most of your career with them. Only one other promotion, right?
Yeah, no, they're one of the best in California that we have for camo events. And I just like the way they shout out all the fighters and kind of give them the representation that they need to build up their fighters' reputations.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. They are an outstanding promotion. They do really good work out of them. Like, I've heard nothing bad from fighters or managers alike because I talked to a little bit of everybody under the sun, about them. So that's awesome. And to have the majority of your fights from them, it must have like a sense of home kind of feeling for you, I would assume, right?
Kind of, yeah, because it's like the same crowd. They come, they're there all the time, and I know pretty much all the fighters that fight under Epic, so it's not foreign to like walk in there. Like I recognize at least I'd probably recognize at least 10 people walking into Epic, nonetheless.
Right, right on. That's awesome. So tell us, where do you train out of? Who are your coaches for this camp? How has it been going? Do you have sponsors yet that are helping fund this? Give me all the deets.
So I train out of Excel Jiu Jitsu in Oceanside, California here. My coaches are Javon Coleman, who is also a professional fighter, RJ White, one of my homies and teammates, but also helps me during camp. My dad is a big part of my camp. If you ever follow me on social media or you follow my stories, he does a lot of my morning workouts, and he's also one of my cornermen for my fight. Who else? Professor Michio Grubbs. He's my head jiu-jitsu coach over at Excel, and his wife Kid. Yeah, and then I kind of cross train at other gyms. I cross train with Coastal Combat here and there, and then I also cross train a little bit with 10th Plan in San Diego. So I'm just kind of all over the place, but Excel is my home gym for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That I'm always seeing you tagging them and sharing them, and yeah, that's awesome. So being a mom, are you raising your daughter to be a fight or
Um,
combative, at least a defensive style
I'm not
learner yet?
specific. I'm not specifically raising her to do anything fighting wise. That's kind of like on her decision. I do want to start her in like maybe our kids boxing program or something, but I'm not gonna push the issue of, oh, you need to be a fighter kind of thing because mommy fights. That's something I want her to decide. I just think it's a good foundation for kids, especially at a young age. Even if they don't continue with it, it kind of builds them up a little bit to give them that confidence to, no matter what it is. But in terms of fighting, nah, that can be on her own time. And if she wants to, that's great. Our mommy will be right there with her.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. No. And I didn't mean in the sense like follow in my footsteps, but more
Oh,
in
I
the
see what
sense
you
of
mean.
like being able to defend herself when she gets older and just having those skills and like you said, the confidence that knowing that just comes along with combat sports. Whether it's boxing, jujitsu, any of the MMA realms, it just builds this self-confidence that you don't see in a lot of people who aren't athletes in that kind of sport. So
Yeah.
that's where I was really going with that question, like just to get that confidence and to be able to defend herself. I mean, the world is a fucking crazy place, and especially for females.
Oh,
So
yeah. No, definitely. No, if anything, that's what I would want her to do martial arts for the self defense. But yeah, I feel like a lot of kids at any point should learn, self defense. When they're older, they have an idea.
right, they're able to at least try to defend themselves. I totally get that. Right on. So cool, dude. So your last fight you said was at 145, but this one is not at 145, correct?
Correct. I normally fight at 155. We were trying to go to 145. It was not our best choice. We kind of went in blind a little bit with this because I've never cut to 45, and unfortunately, I missed weight for that fight. Still ended up fighting. My opponent was able to take the fight and everything, but yeah, it just that camp itself wasn't my best, and it's a live and learn experience. We're only amateur fighters here, so live and
Right.
learn, move on from that. But no, for this fight coming up, I want to just kind of stick to my roots and stay at 155. My goal eventually is to work my way down in weight and like maintain that in the area of 155, and then be able to cut to 45.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, being a female though, it's a lot harder to cut that weight in such a short time, like you hold the water a lot harder than the men do. I've helped males and females in weight cut camps and stuff, and it's not easy, man. It is not
Yeah,
easy. You can really hurt your body to try to deplete that water.
I always laugh because guys think that girls are the same way as guys are. They think it's easy for us to cut 15 pounds in a week. It's like, no, we have to like gradually lose it and be able to cut like, between 5 and 10 pounds, if anything. Because we're dealing with things that they're not dealing with. They don't have anything to deal with. They just got to deal with the weight part. We got to deal with, the weight, but there's also hormones and,
Uh-huh.
all that other stuff. And I think it's just kind of funny, especially being me, because like everyone kind of looks at me, and I guess in a sense I look smaller than I am. So when they're like, "Oh, you probably only need to cut like what 5 pounds," I'm like, "No, dude, I'm like cutting 15 pounds here, 15 and 20 depending on the day." But
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
start early with those and gradually just lose until I have to get like 5 pounds out of me.
yeah, and then just cut the 5 on water because that's a safe water cut is 5 to 7.
Yeah.
You know, definitely. Well, good. I'm glad you're gonna be back at your normal weight class because I saw that 145 and that doing my research and whatever, and I was like, oh man, that was unfortunate. But either way, like at least you showed up, you put on a performance. The fight was still able to go on. Kudos to your opponent for still, because she could have said no, screw this. But
Yeah.
either way, she wouldn't have lost in that sense.
No, not absolutely not.
Right on. So what does a standard day in your life look like? I mean, you're a mom, you're an athlete. I assume you've got bills to pay and have some kind of other income. I mean, how do you juggle all of this?
Well, I have a lot of family that is supportive. But I'm not like alone. Like I got, my daughter, her dad and I, we it's a juggling thing because he also trains, so it's a matter of who's going to watch her, or if I have to go take her to her grandparents' house. And so it's just this whole it's a juggle game, but I make it work. And so I find time better for me to work out early in the mornings because someone is home with her in the morning. So I go early. I'll be there at the gym at like 5 a.m. I'll be back. I can do my mom's stuff, just hang out with her. And then I coach as my job. I coach kids boxing, and I also occasionally teach jujitsu. Oh, and I teach adults boxing. I always forget that when everyone asks me. um, and then after I'm done coaching, that's when my training comes in. It's depending on the day. It could be jiu-jitsu, could be MMA, could be boxing. It could just be everything mixed together. But and that's a good Monday through Friday. Saturdays, is my off day, even though I'm coaching all morning. Sundays are like my like kind of a break day, I guess. But obviously you never are done being a mom, so that's
Never.
that's 24/7.
Oh yeah, totally. I saw this meme yesterday that said mom sleep. It's kind of like regular sleep, but without the sleep.
It's gotten better. Like I will admit, like the first couple years was the no sleep kind of a thing. I mean, I think any mom out there would know, like, yeah, you're not going to get sleep for the first couple years. It's better now.
Yeah.
It's still crazy because you even though they're sleeping and you're getting rest, you're still stressing about other things.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, so moms probably get the least amount of sleep. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's one super mom out there that I haven't met yet that has this whole thing down because I sure don't.
I know, right? I'm staying up to like edit videos for this or do dishes or fold the laundry. You know what I mean? And then by the
Yes.
time I realize it, it's midnight and I'm like, oh shit, I got to be up at 6. Let's go to bed.
Right?
Yeah, so no, I totally get it. I'm a mom too. Like I don't know how you juggle it all. You are the super mom, so that's why I'm asking you.
I wish I had the answers. In fact, I should be asking other MMA moms out there that are like juggling this too, because yeah, there has to be some secret. Someone has to know something.
Right. Juliana Pena, how do you do it?
I know, seriously.
Yeah, for real. So what can you tell me about your opponent? Have you watched tape on her? Have you seen her holes where you can find victory? Oh, what's your game plan?
I haven't been able to find too much on her. I know she had a fight previously. I think it was this year at some point. She actually was on the Valkyrie card, but she had a jiu-jitsu like match, I guess, for the event. So it wasn't MMA. So I know I know she grapples a little bit, and I know she's a wrestler.
Okay.
In terms of striking, I'm not really sure where we are on that yet. But I'm not gonna go in fully with the idea that she's gonna know less than I do. I still, she's young. I know she's 18. That's kind of when I started doing MMA. But anything's possible. I will be applying more striking to set up like my takedowns to get her on the ground. And I think that's where I think the fight's actually going to end up on the ground anyway, considering she wrestles and does jiu-jitsu. But I've done jiu-jitsu for a long time, so I think it'll be nice to fight a little bit on the ground. But I really do want to apply my striking for this one. I know my last fight we were having issues because my whole game was set up with kicks, and we didn't get to use kicks because the canvas on the cage was all slippery. And like, yeah, every fighter was slipping all over the place. It was awful.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, shit happens when you have outdoor events like that. I mean, California, it can rain almost every day, but only a little bit or only be enough to get everything just damp and piss everything off, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing though, is like, because it wasn't cloudy and it wasn't, rainy or anything, but I think just because it was
The
summer, the
humidity.
humidity and just
Mm-hmm.
so once the evening hit, all the moisture kind of came down and was like, it was basically an ice rink at that point.
Damn.
It was
That's
funny because
gotta be tough to fight in.
it was really bad because Kiana and I, we were the last match, and so they're doing the cleaning up in between, which means they're putting chemicals on top of the residue and making it more slippery. So we were basically slipping on ice at that point. I
Yeah.
don't know how it was for the other girls up to that point, but I can't imagine it was just as bad, if not a little bit less
Yeah.
bad. I don't know.
Yeah, that's rough. I hope it's not gonna be that way for you guys this coming fight.
Oh,
This is
no,
gonna be in
no.
November, right?
This will be in November. Also, Epic is an indoor event, so that'll be good. I know the cage there, so
Okay, good.
that'll be easy to adapt to.
Okay, good. Phew. It's hard to put a title on something and then have issues like that play a factor in, you know what I mean? Like if somebody slips and falls and hits their head and then you can ground and pound and then it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like you
That's
never know,
basically kind of
man.
what happened to me. I slipped and like literally you throw a punch and you'd slip and it was like, oh, like then you were like afraid to throw anything.
Right. And then you can almost even get more injured just slipping than actually getting hit. You know what I mean? Like your body tries to counter that slip and then you throw yourself out of whack. That's
Yeah.
how I threw my back out anyway. But like
Oh
shit, you
man.
know?
Yeah.
So, all right, well, right on. I'm excited for you, dude. November 11th, I think it is, right?
November 11th will be Epic Fighting. I'll be one of there's like four title fights. So I'll be like the first title fighting.
Okay, right on. And I assume those will all be stacked up at the end. Who knows, though? That's pretty far
Yeah.
out to have a whole card lined up ready. But that's awesome, dude. I'm excited for you. Jaylene Robello is who you're fighting. I'm going to do some more digging on her and see what I can't find. Maybe I'll bring her on too. But I'm excited for you. You know, you'll be in
Thank
your
you.
weight class. You'll be in your home promotion, in your pretty much your home of San Diego. I know you're a little bit outskirts of there, but still.
It's pretty local, but yeah, no, I consider San Diego like the home for MMA over here for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. San Diego is so beautiful too. I spent my summers in Del Mar as a kid. Oh, I love that
Yeah,
area. Love that area. It's so nice. Right on. Well, I'm not going to keep you much longer. I'm just super excited for you. I know I'll be streaming that fight out here in Denver.
absolutely.
When you get some imagery, obviously send that my way. I'd love to help promote you and the fight.
Absolutely.
So if there's anybody else you want to shout out, thank, sponsors, friends, family, the floor is yours, sis. Say what you need.
As always, I appreciate everyone that follows me on my fighting career and jiu-jitsu journey. Shout out to Team Excel over in Oceanside. You guys are awesome. Love you guys. All my coaches that I mentioned previously, my parents, my family. I don't know who else to thank. Just everyone that's been part of like also just my training. I greatly appreciate you guys. No matter if you are from Excel or if you're from other gyms, I greatly appreciate you guys because I can use all the help I can get for this fight coming up.
That's awesome. Yep, absolutely. Cross training is super important. Keeps you on your toes and ready for the next big move.
Absolutely.
Right on. All right, honey. Well, you enjoy the rest of your day. I won't keep you from your family and your little one. I appreciate all the time you've shared with me. That's time you'll never get back. And I look forward to watching your next fight. Go get
Great. Thank you
that
so
belt,
much for
sis.
having me, Brittany. It was so much fun. Yes, strap
Go get
season,
that
guys.
belt.
Strap season.
All
Thank
right,
you,
honey.
Brittany.
We'll chat soon. Have a good day.
Bye. Love
Bye.
you.
Oh my God, I love her. She has such good energy. She is so beautiful. She's super smart, a mother, talented athlete, all of the things, a master juggler in that sense. That was Laurynn, the Iron Butterfly Garcia. She is fighting for an amateur belt out at Epic Fighting in San Diego, California. And that's going to be in November. So keep your eye on her. She'll be doing big things. I look forward to watching that fight, and hopefully she takes home that belt. So I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back at the top of the hour, 2 o'clock for me. I don't know where it is for you, but 2 o'clock Mountain Standard Time for me. And I will be talking with Lupe Dynamite Kid Mateo. See you guys in about half an hour. Bye.